Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching. So in today's video, I am going to do a 6-month update on my DIY peel and stick countertops. So if you want to know all about that, then please keep watching. Okay, so first I just want to thank everyone for all of the love on the first video. I didn't expect it to blow up like that, so that was great to see. And thank you for all the suggestions, and I hope I answered all of your questions to the fullest. So I'm going to try and answer more of them today, and I'm going to walk you through what my countertops look like, how they held up, what it's like cleaning, cooking, etc. So again, if you want to see all that, then please keep watching. So in my comments, I got a lot of people, telling me that you can use a blow dryer to get the air bubbles out, or like use a little needle. And I knew all that prior to doing the countertops, but honestly, halfway through, I kind of just was over it and I didn't care at any point. And honestly, you can't even really tell with the air bubbles anymore. It doesn't bother me anymore, especially with everything that I have on my countertops. No one really notices. So I'm going to take the camera off, kind of walk you around. First, I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'll go through like the cleaning and cooking and how it's held up. Okay, so if you guys remember in my DIY video, I started with this countertop first, and I 100% wish I got rid of this. I still don't even know what it is. Sometimes I use it for a cutting board. Sometimes we just put our hot dishes on here, but it's just very random. And I know someone commented that they had this as well. And yes, I suggest you kind of get rid of it. I don't even know what's under it, but whatever. So this is the countertop that gets the most traffic, I guess you could say, because I walk in the door, kind of throw groceries here in my purse, everything. So it gets a lot of use, I would say. So it's held up okay. So I'm gonna kind of walk around. Again, this is the first one that I did, so this is kind of like the trial and error countertop, but like I said, it's held up. The only thing that is kind of peeling right here is just this little black mark. It ripped off a little, and here as well, but I think that's because when people lean on the counter with their jeans and stuff like that, especially here, this is where they kind of just hang out and lean, so I think that's why it ripped right there. And also on the corner here, again, it always gets hit into this one, so this one kind of has the most damage, I guess you can say. But other than that right there, it's not too bad. I mean, you can still see, again, this was from like when I first did it. I couldn't figure out how to, maneuver around it, so this one again was my trial and error one. But again, with the backsplash, you can't even really tell with the air bubbles. I have my cutting boards there. I have all my little things here, so it's not that noticeable. Okay, so coming to this corner of the kitchen, this is what I did second, and this one held up really, really nice. This is where we kind of prep all of our food. We cut, we put, like hot plates there and things like that. So it's held up, again, very nicely. And obviously you have a lot of stuff on the countertop, which I'm sure everyone does, so it hides maybe some imperfections, but you could still see, the seams of where I started and such, but it's really not that bad. And as far as the backsplash, again, you can't really tell with the air bubbles, maybe in some glare, right there with the sun hitting it and the light, but my spice rack is there, my coffee pot is there, I got those oils there, so it's really not that noticeable. Honestly, so many people that have come into my house didn't even realize that it was peel and stick. So you may notice that I do have a new kitchen sink, and thank God I do, because the other one was horrible, we hated it. But anyway, this we measured exactly what it would be, so it actually didn't do any damage to the side of the countertop. I didn't put the caulk down because I just didn't want to ruin the new sink. But yeah, honestly, it didn't even rip, it didn't do anything. It held up so nice. Obviously the kitchen sink, the dampness, the wetness, but nothing happened, which is awesome. I still didn't fill in this gap, but honestly I'm over it. So, and I'm always having things there. My soap moves there and stuff, so no one sees it. But yeah, we took a whole sink out, put a new one in, nothing happened, it was perfect. And even like the ends here, like obviously I'm at the kitchen sink, my jeans rub against the sink and it's held up nicely right there. The tape and staples and everything, if you remember, has held up nicely as well. And over here is the last part of the previous video. Like, I don't know why I did this last. I definitely should have done it first because of this like peninsula right here. It took so much time. But again, it's held up nicely. I'll give you a little, there's some air bubbles there, but that was from the beginning. I honestly didn't even try and pop them or anything. But it looks perfect, honestly. And right over here, this doesn't look as great, but it didn't look as great when we first did it because I couldn't understand how to do the corners. But again, so many people have told me, you know, do the blow dryer or something like that, but I was just over it and I wanted to get it done. But even the bottom, like you can't even see, there's some tape popping down right there, but that's nothing. So it held up nicely. I mean, people also lean against here so you can see a little bit of a tear right there, but it's nothing major at all. Again, the backsplash, I have my books there and things, paper towels, so you can't really tell the air bubbles right there, which is always nice. Okay, so that was the up close tour, I guess you can say, of the DIY countertops. Again, the air bubbles doesn't really bother me. You can kind of see it in the backsplash there, but only when like if the sun hits it, or again if my ring light is hitting it like that. But so many people, like I said, when they walk in, they don't even notice until they like go and feel it and stuff. So it's been amazing. So now I'm going to talk about cleaning and cooking and maintaining it. So I clean with any sort of like all-purpose cleaner. I spray down, I wipe it. So much comes off too. Like if you have eating pasta or coffee stains, that wipes right up, and because it has that like slick material, I guess you could say, so it wipes right up. There's no like watermarks or anything. And as far as cooking, I mean, we don't put a hot pot directly on it. I have if you see that red mat behind there, it's like a rubber mat. I usually put that down first and then put the hot pot. But as far as like hot plates and stuff, I put it down. Nothing has melted off or hasn't burnt it or anything. So it really has held up like amazingly. And as far as cutting, I'm always using a cutting board. I mean, sometimes if I have like a butter knife and I'm cutting a sandwich, I'll just cut quick. But you obviously don't want to use like a steak knife cutting strawberries directly on the countertop because it's going to rip it and you're going to see some like slices in it. But I just always make sure I use a cutting board, or again, if I'm just chopping something really quick with a butter knife, I won't use one and it hasn't done any damage, so that's great. Around my oven, obviously things splash, like I just said, it's easy cleanup, so that's not really anything to worry about. All right, so I'm looking at some of the comments that you guys have written me because I kind of forgot. So someone said, how many rolls did I use? I believe I used 5, maybe like 6 rolls, but here's the thing, like I would use so much and then like half the roll I would cut in different shapes, so it's kind of hard to say, like especially with the countertop with that cutting board, whatever the heck it is. I use like one big roll and I cut it into different shapes, so it's kind of hard to say, but I bought 5 and I think I like bought one more just to have extra, so like 6 in total. But I do have a lot of left over, so I do want to go around and maybe like fix some of the cuts where I showed you, like where people lean against their jeans, with the extra that I have. But it depends how much counter space you have. I mean, obviously I measured, but I got more just in case. And I also read on one of the comments that someone says contact paper attracts cockroaches. That has not happened, thank the Lord. I don't know, I never heard of that. But no, I haven't had any cockroaches, ants, spiders, anything. I would freak out if I saw that, but thankfully, no, none of that. How durable is it? Like I just said before, it's very durable. Like I said, I cook, I clean right on it. I have my nieces and nephews who kind of hop up on the counter and they don't rip it or anything. Even if I have jeans on and I need to like hop up to get something in the higher cabinet, nothing really rips, so I'd say it's very durable. Someone also said, I feel like it's making more crevices and cracks to trap the food and the yuckies. How is that so far? It hasn't trapped any food or yuckies, so I mean, I clean it all the time, but I thought that was going to happen as well, especially around like the sink. But no, it hasn't happened at all, even around the oven. No crumbs anywhere, so that's really good. I had to make sure, obviously, I really took the contact paper, especially up against the wall part and used it to really smooth it out. But I don't think there's any crumbs back there because obviously I'm not like having, I don't know, throwing crumbs back there. I have like my coffee pot and the spice rack and things, so that's kind of blocking it. So I guess that's what they say. But as far as a smooth countertop where the cuts meet, no, there's no crumbs or anything in there, so that's good. Someone said they had the same cutting board, and yeah, I suggest you take it off before if you can. Honestly, I don't even know what's behind there. All right, so hopefully I answered all of your comments, all of your questions and concerns that you had. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So would I suggest it? Yes, 100%. 6 months ago, I didn't think it would last this long, but it has, and I'm so happy it did because if you remember, I had that yellow Formica countertop and it didn't really go with the vibe, although I have a lemons curtain now, so it wouldn't match, but that's okay. But yeah, I highly suggest it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. Things I would have done differently, I probably would have used a blow dryer for the round corners. I think that maybe would have helped more. And I probably would have started with the bigger piece, like this bigger peninsula right here that I have. And other than that, difference-wise, I don't think I would have done anything different. If you have time to pop the bubbles with a little needle, go ahead and do that. But like I said, I was over it and people barely even noticed, so why even do it? And I really hope that this video helped you guys because I remember when I was researching before I did this, I saw some videos, but I had questions that no one answered, so I hope that I answered those questions for you. And let me know if you guys did these DIY peel and stick countertops too. I would love to see pictures or videos. But again, thank you so much for the love on the video, and I hope this helps. If you want me to do a year review on the countertops, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have this for a couple of years. Would love to redo the whole kitchen, but that's down the line a little further. But I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna try and post more DIY videos like this on my YouTube channel, but I kind of do a little bit of everything: lifestyle, makeup, fashion, hair, things like that. But I definitely do want to start incorporating more DIY videos. So that's it for this video. See you guys later.